Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Weeds. A weed is a plant growing where it is not wanted or planted. They are therefore plants out of place. A weed can also be defined as unwanted plants in our farm. Different effects of weeds on our crop or plants include: 1. Weeds compete with crops for space, sunlight, water, and mineral salts. They harbor pests that attack our crops. Some weeds are poisonous and can cause stomach upset in man and livestock. They reduce the value of pasture. They increase the cost of production. This is because removing the weed is laborious. There are different weeds and their botanical names. It is necessary that we know their botanical names and their common names. Cedar acuta has its common name to be the broomweed. The black nightshade has its botanical name to be the Solanum nigrum. The Aspelia has its botanical name as the Aspelia africana. Eupatorium odoratum has its common name as the Siam weed. The Tridas procumbens has its common name as the Tridax. Imperata cindlerica has its common name as the speargrass. The Panicum mazicum has the guinea grass as its common name. There are different characteristics of weeds which can help us know when a weed is growing in our farm. They include: 1. Weeds produce very large number of seeds. Weeds are aggressive and persistent. Weeds have modified parts, for example, the leaves, stems, roots, and seeds, which help them survive adverse environmental conditions. They sometimes mature at the same time with crop, thereby falling into harvested seed crops. They have very long period of viability. They are efficiently dispersed by wind, water, animals, and explosive mechanisms. Agents of weed dispersal. Different agents that help weeds to disperse or spread include: 1. The wind, water, man and animals, and explosive mechanisms. Most wind seeds are small, light, and have such structures as wings, flowers, and pappus which favor dispersal by wind. For example, the Aspelia and the Tridas. Weed seeds can fall into moving bodies of water like floods, streams, and irrigation water, and later get deposited on farmlands where they germinate and grow. Examples are white cotton and the water lily. Some weed seeds can stick to the clothes of man or adhere to the skins of animals when man and animals move about in the bush. Later, these weed seeds are brushed off and they fall on the ground and germinate. Examples include the Triumphata and the Desmodium. Many legume seeds are dispersed by explosion. They have pods that are dry dehiscent, so the mature pod splits in the sunny weather, scattering the seeds. Examples of these are the Centrosema, the Crotolaria, and the Calapogonium. There are different methods of controlling weeds. Weed control refers to any deliberate effort made by man to eliminate weed seeds and stop them from growing. Weed control is therefore achieved by one or a combination of: 1. Cultural weed control, biological weed control, chemical weed control. Cultural weed control includes burning, crop rotation, mulching, weeding, tillage operation, hand pulling, and flooding. Crop rotation is when a crop is moved away from the plot. The life cycle of the weed is interrupted. Burning is not desirable though, but at times it is used in preparing the land for crop production because it destroys weed seeds. Also, Covering the surface of the soil with mulching materials prevents weed germination and emergence. Weeding, which is also a cultural weed control, involves uprooting the weeds or cutting them at soil surface with hoes and cutlasses. Biological weed control involves the use of biological organisms, plants, or animals to control weeds. They include cover cropping, use of parasitic insects, and grazing animals. Chemical weed control is the use of chemicals known as herbicides to kill weeds. Herbicides are of two main types. We have the selective herbicides, which kill plants of a particular kind, for example, the dalapon. And also we have the non-selective herbicides, which kill all plants. For example, we have the lead arsenate. Great precaution should be taken in the use of non-selective herbicides, as they can be harmful to man or crops if manufacturers' instructions are not properly followed. Effects of weed control methods on vegetation and soil. They include 1. Pollution of soil and groundwater, and also contamination of livestock pasture. In the pollution of soil and groundwater, herbicides used for weed control could come in contact with the ground and get the soil polluted, such that useful organisms in the soil are eradicated or killed. Soil water, especially in areas where there is high water table, could carry such chemical and in turn poison drinking water for man and farm animals. In the contamination of livestock pasture, some pasture plants could get in contact with such chemical and die, or where they survive and get eaten by livestock could be poisonous to them. Uses of weeds include 1. They serve as food to man and soil organisms, in that they help to maintain diversity and balance in the ecosystem. They also serve as livestock feed. For example, the Controsema, the Panicum, etc. serve as livestock feed. Some weeds, such as the Imperata synlica, have medicinal value and so are used in traditional medicine. Some weeds, such as the Crotalaria, help to control nematode infection in the soil. Weeds protect the soil from erosion and help to recycle soil nutrients by drawing and using soil nutrients and then later releasing such nutrients when they die and decompose.